Hello, everyone. Eddie J on crypto. Got a lot to discuss. Missed a day yesterday. Sorry about that. We'll try to do this on a daily basis. It just takes a lot to get everything in line. I had to figure out some lighting issues that I have. I'm still, obviously, you can tell I'm still working on it, but we'll get there. It's a journey. We'll get there. Wanted to start off with Bitcoin. Continuing with the news. Bitcoin is doing well. It's about 43.3. So that's not bad. But let's get to the news, right? So the mayor of Rio de Janeiro is thinking about putting 1% of the city's currency or treasury in Bitcoin. Now, there are a lot of people that are saying you should have 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin. So there's Rio de Janeiro in a large country, Brazil, that is going to be doing that, or at least thinking about doing that. That's a major thing, and I think it's more than a thought, right? Because they've come to a specific number that they want to do. So I think that's a big deal. But that adds to the number of countries that are starting to embrace the idea of cryptocurrencies. So I think with all the banter and chatter about Bitcoin can go down, of course it can go down, of course, but given all the news and who's actually investing in Bitcoin and who's storing their wealth in Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure even if it went down, it's going to go back up. So if it does go back down, my strategy is I'm going to wait for it to find a bottom, and then I'm going to DCA, right? Because I bought here. It was here. I bought here. If it goes any lower, I'm going to buy, but I'm not necessarily going to buy all the way down. I'm going to wait for it to establish a bottom, and then I'm going to try to buy as close to that bottom as possible so I can take advantage of that uptick. Now, something else that's going on is earlier this week, Bill Miller. You might know him for his Legg Mason days way back then. He's a billionaire, and he has taken 50% of his personal net worth and put it into Bitcoin. Yeah, let that wash over you. Let's suppose he was only worth $1 billion. That's saying he put $500,000 into Bitcoin. I mean, $500 million into Bitcoin. Yeah, so that adds to the idea of everything is volatile. Stocks, bonds, the dollar, just fiat all around the world. Everything can take a hit. But people are banking on Bitcoin to go higher from here, or at least maintain its worth so they can maintain their wealth. That's a big deal. Doing some research on real estate investments. I'm looking at different countries where it'd be easy enough to purchase real estate and own it. Looking to what would it take to become a resident, citizen, all that good stuff. Not necessarily a citizen. I'm a U.S. citizen. But if you can become a resident, how do you get treated? All that good stuff. Or can a non-citizen, non-resident be a landowner? Those kinds of things. And I was looking at Curacao, and Curacao, like many other countries, is very much embracing cryptocurrency. So when I think about cryptocurrencies around the world, I start to realize that the United States is really far behind. Where you can walk into coffee places and buy your coffee, buy your donuts, sit down and eat, and would have paid in Bitcoin the same way you could have paid in fiat. Wow. And what's really funny is I didn't actually make that comment. My mother made that comment. My mother's 71 years old, talking to me about cryptocurrencies and how they're accepted or not accepted in different places around the world. What? Yeah, mom's a badass. Love you, Mom. But again, just adding to the idea of in different countries, they're using Bitcoin, they're using various cryptocurrencies for a reason, right? Even in the United States, in some neighborhoods, you'll find a Bitcoin ATM. What are people doing? They're taking their money, and instead of going to Western Union and paying, crazy prices, they're saying, "Oh, I'm going to use a Bitcoin ATM, flip it to Bitcoin, and send it back home." It gets there faster, and it costs less for the transaction. Just stop there. So the idea of cryptocurrency going away, no. Cryptocurrency is going to disrupt certain businesses in major ways. You look at the metaverse, you look at NFTs. I was speaking with one of my friends about a new business idea that we have, And we're talking about these business ideas and we're just popping out new ideas that we're just not seeing being done. And we're executing on a couple of them, and a couple of the others we're just saying out of our wheelhouse, that'll be somebody else. But we're executing on the ones that we believe are in our wheelhouse. So that adds to more of my idea about how I approach my purchasing of cryptocurrencies. Again, it's going to be what's connecting, meaning I call it connective tissue. What's connecting that you absolutely need in order to connect. So various oracles you're going to need, fast, reliable layer 1, layer 2 situations, the idea of using smart contracts. What are they being used for? How are they being used? What can you do? NFTs beyond the use of just images and videos. What else can I do with NFTs? Just all of those different things. How are people looking at those things and how they can use them going forward? So all of those things come together as, wow, there's a space and it's a burgeoning space. And to talk about burgeoning space, Disney just filed a flipping patent. So their patent, if I read this correctly, their patent is to enter the metaverse by bringing the virtual world into a real world venue. So meaning you could walk into a store or a place like a Disneyland, Disney World, and maybe put on goggles, maybe a haptic suit or whatever, and participate in the metaverse and have this virtual world that they've built, maybe, even a virtual Disney. Imagine that. Imagine how that would play out in your head. Even if they said, well, okay, so you can't make it to Disney, but we have Disney stores all over the place. What happens if we did that and we put that in a Disney store and you're now at Disney enjoying this virtual world? What happens if they sold that as a set? Just all different kinds of ideas come to your mind when you think about what they could have patented, exactly what it is, how it can be used, all those different things, and makes you scratch your head, with all of these companies getting involved and embracing what's to come, actually not even what's to come, but what is coming. That's a big deal. So it makes me again look at what I'm purchasing, what it can be used for, who's using it, how and why, right? The last one, before we start looking at the numbers, this is going to be a short video. I don't want to waste too much of your time. Doge shot up. Why did it shoot up? Because that guy, who happens to be the world's richest guy, has made it so that you can purchase Tesla merchandise using Doge. That's not all. Apparently, there's code that demonstrates they have the ability of simply flipping a switch, turning it on, and that code would enable you to actually possibly buy a Tesla vehicle with Doge. What? That gives Doge, that kind of a move would give Doge some serious street cred, right? You can buy a car, not a used car, but a new car from a real, car manufacturer using Doge. So again, Doge was created as a joke. It's just a meme coin, but now people are taking it beyond meme coin. But in that same light, SHIB also jumped up. Not as much as Doge, but it did jump up. So I think Doge, actually, we can go to the ticket now. We can go over here. Show you that in a couple of seconds. But if you look at Doge right here, here's SHIB. Doge is number 11. SHIB is number 13. Over the past, what's that, 7 days, Doge has jumped 21.66%. You're looking at, wow, that's a big jump. SHIB jumped too. Doge is down over the past 90 days. Doge is down almost 21%, while SHIB is up 22. So it makes you stop to wonder, well, SHIB jumped and it didn't have any real news yet, and they don't have that big billion-dollar name behind it. So I'm betting on SHIB. Can Doge do something? Yeah, but it still hasn't proven to me to be a utility. Yes, people are using Doge to tip creators. Yeah, that's right. It's the thing. People are tipping creators in Doge. I can send you some Doge. You did good content. I liked it. Boom, here's some Doge. So it's not necessarily a lot, but for a creator, that's straight up money that they can actually accumulate and use. But SHIB is actually coming along with their version of utility. Like I said, NFTs, games, that kind of thing. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, I'm starting to rethink Doge as maybe it can make the shift from meme coin to actual use, and SHIB actually already being useful. So I'm looking at those two things totally differently. One is a meme coin and one is a real coin. Doge as the meme, SHIB as a real. So I'm starting to think about that. Matic, look at this, all greens across the board. So not a lot today, but in the past 7 days, wow, 17.5%. Yeah, I don't think I'm mad at that. I think I'm happy with that. So Matic is starting to come back at $2.38. That's not a bad move. Not a bad move at all. If you look at Chainlink, I don't know why it hasn't jumped more. I mean, yes, I see that it's up, 33%, basically break even in the past 7 days. And today it's up 0.82. But still, I just think that as an Oracle, it should be up even more. I mean, there's just so much going on. Let me turn off my notifications because it should say that I'm do not disturb. But I'm just looking at this and I'm saying to myself, wow, there's just so much going on that how are you not taking a look at SHIB, Doge? How are you not paying attention to the oracles like Chainlink? So I think they're just right there ready to go. Phantom's another one that we're looking at, all that good stuff. So when you start looking at these numbers, you look at Phantom's at $2.92, down 1.4%. Yes, it had a jump in the past 7 days, over the past 24 hours, down 1.4, but I'm expecting it to jump. 30 days, up over 100%. 90 days, 28. I'm just thinking you're up 100% like that. Where they are now, I think Phantom has a long way to go. I think they have a really long way to go. As a matter of fact, what was their high? Their high is 346, so still a steal. When I first started talking to them about you there, I think they were at $3 or $3.03. Still at 346 as being their high. I think when the cryptocurrency market finally takes off, I think certain ships are going to rise. And I think a few of these coins are actually holding off on certain bits of news until everything starts to make its way up. And that's, I think, when everything's going to explode to the upside, which is why, like I said before, I want to get involved in Phantom. Phantom's something I want to pay attention to. Let's take a look at our portfolio. It's not as horrible as it could be, right? I mean, we're at 5.9, almost 6% increase. Still better than leaving your money in a bank, or I'm not leaving my money in a bank to do nothing. My money is going to work for me somehow, some way. So I'm just looking at the portfolio. In the past hour, we have not done well. Everything's negative except for Matic. And in the 2 seconds that we were looking at it, went from $2.37 to $2.38. Okay. Not a big number. We're not holding a lot of Matic, but that's still, pretty good value. We're holding more in SHIB than anything else. But I'm not mad at what we have and how we have it. We do have to add, at some point I will go in here and I'll make some entries for a couple of other things that we've done. We do own Gala, who's not doing well for us at the moment. But look at our numbers since we first traded. We're basically break even on Gala, right? At 0.47% down. That's less than 0.5% down. To me, that's pretty much break even. If you're looking at Matic, we're up 12%. On Matic, our worst hit is on Saitama. We are down a lot, 23%. So, luckily that's not a core purchase. It's a long shot purchase. And if you look at how much money we spent on it, yeah, we don't care. We don't care. I mean, it's $200. Go down, go up. We don't care. We are only going to care when we start to shave some of these zeros. That's when we're going to care, when we start to shave those zeros, right? It's a long shot purchase in this portfolio. I do think that Saitama is doing a lot. I do think that there are a couple of other coins that we're going to start to look at. What I'm trying to work on is creating categories for the coins. I'm going to borrow, certain categories, but we should be able to tag these categories. tag these coins and see what they're doing, so we can see what kind of coins are moving up, what kind of coins are moving down, and our tool will reflect that. Let's get to that. So here you go. Here's my tool. So it's a very simple tool. I'm still adding stuff to it. You know, you got your charts. It'll quickly tell you what you're holding, what your profit loss is, all that good stuff. No, this is not our portfolio that's in here. These are not the purchases that we have. I'm going to put in the purchases that we have. So this will be the journey portfolio that we have set up. In here, I will add things like I will add the purchases that we want to make, but the information that we're getting from this portfolio is different from what we're getting from other websites, meaning the information here, like the 24-hour information right here, is based on our portfolio as opposed to relative to the coin, right? I wanted to change that relativity to my actual purchase number and use that as, you know, the stake in the ground. And then we can see, you know, visually how well we're doing, how poorly we're doing. On charts, we have simple charts, but I want to add things like the top end number of movers, the top end number of, you know, losers, winners and losers, you know, in terms of gains and losses. I want to see things like that. I want to have call outs on, you know, whose volume is low, but the price spiked, or whose volume is high, but the price dove. I want to have different kinds of notifications that'll pop up here. So I'm going to build that up in here. But really, truthfully, I have a technology team. I'm going to have them build this into a site, and that's how we're going to share it with everybody. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take this tool as I use it and just keep putting it out there. So if you've got ideas on things that you want to see in the tool, smash the likes, subscribe, drop us a note. We'll take a look and see if we can make it work. And if we can make it work, we'll add it to the tool and big you up. Anyway, everybody, hope you're having a great day. Again, continue. Hold what you need to hold and trade what you want to trade. Nothing is just about holding, and nothing is just about trading. You've got to consider both, because as you move up, you want to, nothing is a profit and nothing is a loss until you take it, right? So I'm not into taking losses, meaning I'm not necessarily going to sell something when I think it's at the bottom. That's panic selling, and that's dumb. I want to sell when I know it's high. It can go higher, but I want to sell when I know it's high, and I want to start sniffing around when I think it's reached its peak. That's what I want to see, right? And so take that, and I hope it does well for you. I'm going to continue to show you my journey and what I'm doing in my journey and what I'm learning, and hopefully it helps you, you know, learn too. And then when we get to that point when we can share this as a full-blown tool on our website, we're building one out right now. It's kind of cool when you own your own hosting platform, that you can have a team actually put things together for you. My team, thank you, Stephen, because you're the man. My team is no joke. Stephen will pull me to the side and be like, that's a dumb idea and I'm not doing it. I'm his boss, and he will pull me to the side and dead straight up tell me, that's a dumb idea, we're not doing it. If it's a good idea, he'll be like, oh yeah, not a problem. Here's when I can have it done. Here's when the team can have it done. So I have a bunch of people behind me that make it so that I don't do dumb things with the business, and then I can talk with about what, because we all trade crypto. So it's kind of cool to be able to sit down and speak with somebody that's looking at what I'm looking at and looking at those different perspectives to see where we're coming from. So I'm not here just to bring you news. I'm here to bring you the news that is affecting my trade pattern, and hopefully sharing with you things that you can use to have helped positively affect your trade pattern. Eddie J on crypto. Smash the likes, subscribe, get the notifications, and have a great day.